Hi, today I'm going to be talking about Islam and a particular problem it has in the Quran in Surah 6:101, and that surah reads, "He is the originator of the heavens and the earth. How could he have children when he has no mate? He created all things and has perfect knowledge of everything." Now then, let's focus on the "how could he have a son" section. Alright, so this surah appears to be positing a particular metaphysical limitation on God. It says, how could he have children if he had no mate? So it would seem that he would need a mate, a partner, in order to have children if he wanted to. Okay? That's what it seems to be saying at face value. Now then, some Muslims will argue that that's not what it's saying. All this is doing is refuting certain pagan and Christian conceptions of God, and it doesn't actually speak to a real metaphysical limitation of God that he could have a son if he wanted to. It's just not befitting for him to have a son. That's generally how they'll argue. But let's just grant this for a second and see where that gets us. That just means that Allah is not arguing very well here, because he's building an argument off of a false premise that he cannot have a son without a mate, but he can. So it would be like if I'm having an argument with a friend of mine about a certain animal that we're looking at, and he says it's a pig and I say that it's a cow or something like that, and I would refute him by saying, well, of course we're not looking at a pig because pigs have wings and this animal doesn't have wings. Well, that wouldn't be a good argument because it's built off a false premise, because pigs don't have wings. So that would be a bad argument. It does not refute my opponent in any way. And so Allah here is either legitimately revealing a metaphysical limitation that he actually has, or he does not know how to argue against people because he is arguing based off of a false premise in order to refute pagans and Christians. So either he doesn't know how to argue, or he has a real metaphysical limitation and he requires a partner to do things. Alright, thank you.